Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl SJ here, and today someone had asked me to make them some canna butter, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make canna butter. Now, for disclaimer reasons, this is medical and it is not for my consumption purposes, but for the person that purchased the items that are going to be using today. So first of all, I'm going to use my crock pot. And I'm going to go with 4 sticks of butter. So you're going to take those 4 sticks of butter. Make sure they're unsalted and melt them in the crock pot. Use the warm setting so you don't burn. Okay, so our butter is melted, and now we're going to pour it in a dish and let it cool. All right, guys, so I poured it up into this clear pan here so that you guys would be able to see when it separates after it cools. But I cannot find a lid to this. So what I have is cover-ups. I got these out of Dollar Tree, and they look like little plastic bags, and you can use them to cover up your food when you don't have the lid to it. So we're gonna let that cool down. My butter is solidified, and now I'm ready to put it back in the crock pot and cook it. But before you do, see the white section and the yellow? Scrape off the white because that doesn't go back into your pot. That's what we were separating the butter for. So just get it off of there. Next, you want to get you some cheesecloth, ultra fine 100% natural cotton, and you're going to spread it out and open it up. When you open up the cheesecloth all the way, it covers up the entire stove and has a little bit extras leaving off and on. I'm going to cut this in half. Now, the person that requested for me to do this has provided medical marijuana. Now, most of the time you take it and you grind, you get your green and you grind it up. This one's already grinded for me, so I am lucky. I'm only going to use half of this because using the whole thing would be too much. Way too much, I think. Maybe not for some people, but I'm thinking that it would be. So plus I told them I would do 2 batches. So we're going to go ahead and use half of this, and we're going to wrap it up in the marijuana. And our butter is melting, and we're going to put it in there. Okay, so I am using my scissors that I do fabric with because my cooking shears won't work with this. So I cut it in half. I have it cut in half. Now I'm taking the half I'm going to use, and I'm going to fold it one time because this is really finely grated. Normally, you know, even if you break it down with a grinder, it doesn't be this fine. You actually have to use a grinder, electric grinder, to get it like this. So I decided I would measure just to see how much I had. So what I am doing here is I am just going to go ahead and use the entire package. Because if I divide it by this and this, and it's all empty, and this will just make it extremely strong. So we're going to use the entire 28 ounces. Here's what you got, and I'm going to start the process of folding it over. It's a good thing to just go ahead and tie it up with the little strings at the end, but I didn't have any strings I could use, so I just put a nice little knot in it, and then I'm going to sit it up right in the butter. Now, the butter's not going to be high enough to reach the entire thing, so eventually I'm going to release the knots. But that's why you want it actually laying down in the butter. But for right now, I'm just going to have it like this. And then I'm going to release it so it can be more clarified. I'll show you. See, right now I got it laying down. And then I'll switch it from the sides. And then I'll open it all the way up. Be careful because it does try to cook in there. But at least it won't burn as easy. Okay, so the butter is done. And what I suggest is to use a crock pot because the butter will try to burn. But in a crock pot, it moves a little slower. And even though I had it on warm, it still tried. Now, I've taken out what I need. And so if you join me later, I'm going to be making Fruity Pebbles cereal Rice Krispie treats. Did I not say that right? Y'all know what I mean. Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treats. So I'm going to let it cool, and then I will put it in the refrigerator. You'll be able to use this butter on toast and bread and different things like that. So if you have any questions, be sure to comment below and let me know. And please don't forget to hit the like buttons. And if you're not subscribed to me already, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to see anything else get made using this, please let me know. I'm always creative.